the Jordan Cove pipeline would span 229 miles from Malin to Coos Bay. Many impacted landowners say the project went against both state authority and their constitutional rights.
We have been dealing with this for 15 years, and at some point somebody needs to say enough is enough.
The Jordan Cove LNG project and pipeline has been in the works for well over a decade. One day after the state rejected a critical permit, federal regulators voted to delay a vote on the project Thursday. Some residents who would have been personally affected are hoping the project is denied.
For a foreign company to come, a Canadian company to come on to our property and ask for our government for permission to take our property against our will is wrong.
The natural gas line would extend from Malin through Evans' property to Coos Bay, where gas would then be liquefied at Jordan Cove to be exported. Pembina, the Canadian company behind the project, took it over several years ago and worked hard to get supporters. It said last year more than 80% of affected landowners had signed on for the pipeline. Pembina says it'll inject a huge amount of cash into the region. If completed, it said the project will bring $50 million in new tax revenue to the state and $60 million to the Southern Oregon region each year.
There's pipelines all over the place in this country, and for some reason, we act like this one is special.
But thousands like Evan were never on board.
Hands down, it's not in the public interest.
And voiced that at hearings throughout the region.
The private property rights thing is huge for the landowners on the pipeline fight, and we are a diverse group of all political persuasions, and we are in solid agreement that this project is wrong and it should be stopped.
But the environmental impact is why most are against it. The project would release 2 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide every year and become Oregon's largest polluter. Pembina says its option is better than coal, which is what the exported liquefied natural gas would replace in Asia. Though the future of the project is uncertain, the state's decision Wednesday to reject it could be a fatal blow. The state says Jordan Cove would negatively affect endangered species, ecosystems, fishing, among other areas. FERC could vote again as early as next week. President Trump's Secretary of Commerce could overrule the state's decision if an appeal is made, and he finds the project is appropriate within the Coastal Zone Management Act. Pembina says it's reviewing the state's vote and is eagerly waiting for FERC's final decision. Live in studio, Anna Weeks, NBC 5 News.